This is my favorite part of the breakfast. Martha, you have recorded a rap song, ridden horses competitively, modeled, written 100 books, danced,
102.
Okay, 102. Danced in a Twisted Sister video, flown helicopters, and you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue at 81 years old. Okay. What do you want to add to that list going forward, Martha?
Well, I want to congratulate, first of all your fabulous founders, because it just brings back so many memories of starting a business at I was at age 42. All your founders seem to be much younger than I was. And how wonderful it is to hear their stories, to see the success. And I just like to keep starting businesses. I have lots of ideas, and I just want to keep doing what I've been doing, and adding to it maybe more philanthropy, falling into a ditch as I fell into in the early part of the 21st. What century was it, Susan?
Yeah, 21st.
21st century? Yeah, whatever. When I fell into my little hole and had to crawl out of it, my beautiful billions of dollars kind of dwindled a little bit, and my philanthropic generosity, which I have a lot of, had to be curtailed a little bit. But I would like to continue with that too, as you have done so nicely, really.
You know what's amazing that I just thought about is when everyone thinks about businesses and being an entrepreneur, they think about going to college and starting a business, and that's just not the case. The fact that you started at 42 is really when a lot of successful entrepreneurs start their businesses, so it gives everyone hope to keep doing it.
That's why I'm never going to retire.
Exactly.
You cannot.
And you shouldn't. You are amazing. So. My mother, Reva, adores entertaining, and I grew up with absolutely every book. I'm not sure 102, but almost every book on our shelf. I always saw you as the embodiment of elegance and precision. When you started your company, did you set out thinking about a brand? I know you were a caterer for so long, but did you think about that? Did you think it was a possibility when you first started?
I had some good ideas for expanding my thoughts about the subject of living. I remember Cy Newhouse asking me, what do you want to call your magazine? Because I went to him first for money and for I wanted to start, to create a prototype. And Cy gave me the money and 2 staff members to design and create a prototype for a magazine. And then when I went back to him with the magazine, he said, oh, this is pretty good. What do you want to call it? And I said, well, living is the basic name, and Martha Stewart goes above living. He said, oh, I'm so sorry, but our name is Condé Nast. And I thought, oh gosh, here we go. And he gave me the prototype. He said, here, take it. Good luck. And we stayed friends. We stayed friends, though, and he was such a nice mentor. But you have to really just stick with your ideas and understand the expansiveness of an idea. If you have passion and feeling for something that you think is good and people need it and people want it, then you can go. You did that. I remember every single step of the way of your career, really. And it's so amazing what you've done. So, and you see it in the product. You see it continuing year after year after year, and that is success.
Well, I don't want to retire either, so
no, don't.
Okay, your partnerships are literally legendary. Like legendary, from Snoop Dogg, which I'm obsessed with, to your beautiful home collections.
I love eating on Dodie Thayer dishes, inspired dishes. I love your dishes. Where else in any New York hotel would you ever be eating on that gorgeous green dish, right?
Oh,
nowhere.
Thank you. Well,
you have a lot of them.
She was a rock star, Dodie Thayer. I called her out of the blue because I kept referencing her work. And I said, I don't want to copy your work. Can we do something together? She was 92.
I know.
And so I flew down to Florida and I met with her. And the funniest story is I was dressed and she's like, what are those earrings? I'm like, oh, there are. She's like, well, can I have them? So she took them off my ears and never gave them back. But anyway, back to your partnerships, Martha.
She deserves them.
She deserved it. If you could dream up one project with anyone living or dead, what would it be?
A project. There's so many opportunities out there for creative living. Maybe try to design a garden on a habitable planet somewhere out there in the universe that where we could all go maybe on an elongated vacation. I think about travel. I think about extraterrestrial travel also a lot, but it's in the future.
I love that. Okay, this is another one. The concept of Martha Stewart and CBD gummies. It's not something that I would have thought of originally, but I really like it. And the reason I like it is because you are so unpredictably brilliant. Like, how did you decide which ideas to pursue and which ones to totally get rid of?
Well, the CBD was a very good idea, actually. I'm not a marijuana smoker, and THC doesn't really interest me so much. Although now that people have gotten used to CBD and are requesting a little bit more strength in their gummies and in their whatever else they take or smoke, I can see it. Knowing the science behind a product like CBD is very important, and its benefits and also its drawbacks. We do a lot of research. I'm working now on a skincare, as probably many people in this room, but the skincare is so efficacious and so scientifically based and so exciting. And I've been using it, and my skin has benefited.
I mean,
good skin, right?
Hand it over. I look. I was
and I'm
at
not
lunch
using
with
it.
Martha.
I want to whet your appetite, but it's also it works, and I want to work on things that work.
Martha, we were at lunch recently, and you did not have a stitch of makeup on, and I felt myself a little creepy staring at you, and I finally said, "What are you using?" It was insane.
No, but it works, and
it works.
and you can, if with good science, with good research, with real hard work, you can find things that work. You know, it's I'm working on gardening now, and it's on the science of gardening, and it works. If you do
I
it
think
right.
people would love that. I know I'm a frustrated gardener. Would love to learn your
have
secrets.
beautiful gardens.
Well, I mean, you're hands-on. I want to become more hands-on. We just put a greenhouse in, so I can't wait.
Oh, you did? Oh,
yeah.
good. Good.
I want to get your tips. So one of our goals at the foundation is to help. These are kind of some questions now for entrepreneurs, because there's a lot in the room. And one of the goals that I think about a lot is, yes, we want to help women get their businesses off the ground, but what does it take for a business to last? And what makes a brand timeless?
Well, brands now are many brands are starting day in and day out. You know that, and you've done what 300 and how many?
350 stores.
Yeah. No, not your brand.
Oh.
I'm talking about your founders.
Oh, sorry. That's embarrassing. Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
your brand's here to stay, but I'm talking about your
so
founders.
Mortified by that. Okay, we have Sorry, guys. We have 384 fellows, but so many more.
And these are all founders who have such opportunity because they don't get underwritten unless they have a good idea. First of all.
Well, and if I tell you, with our fellows program, we probably have 12,000 applicants,
I'm sure
and we
you
have
do.
to narrow it down to 50 entrepreneurs each year.
Listen,
and
I
it's
watch
growing.
Shark Tank. You know, when I'm in my kitchen doing my mail at 11:30 at night.
Have you ever been on Shark Tank?
No, but
Okay, maybe we could do a group together, because they've asked me to be on. So should we do it together?
Let's do it together.
Okay.
That's more fun. If they'll film in New York.
I think Sarah was on it, Blakely. Yeah.
You know, it's fun. I think they do a great job, but you have to really investigate, and Amy Griffin too. She's like she should come on with us too.
Okay. We'll create our own Shark Tank. Okay. What is the biggest professional risk that you've taken, and what did it teach you?
My biggest just taking my magazine back from Time Inc.
Yeah.
with a very good business plan behind it. We worked very, very hard on creating a plan to make it an omnimedia company, not just a media company. And thank goodness we did, because what's happening to media these days, you know? It's like, it's 40 years later, but that seems like a short time in the world, 40 years for a magazine world to sort of decline because of the advent of the internet and the advent of all other kinds of things that are happening out there. So you have to have structure. Once you have that idea, you have to take calculated risks. And I think that's very important for people to know. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid to take steps in a direction that seems unlikely, but probably might be good.
And risk and entrepreneurship go hand in hand, but I think what you said, calculated risk, is very important, because I'm a risk taker, but I wouldn't risk our business. And I think there's a fine balance.
No, you have to be protective at the same time as taking a risk. And you said I reinvent myself. Can we correct that?
Yeah, I know. As I said it kind of annoyed me too. By the way, sorry.
I don't like reinvention. I like evolution. I'm a Darwinian.
I'm going to change the way we. You know what's interesting? I'm going to change the way we talk about that. And someone also told me recently, when I used to talk about women's empowerment, that's never coming out of my mouth again, because what they said is that women actually have the power. And there's nothing, they have it within them. So what we try to do is help them realize their own power. And I kind of think the same thing with reinvention and evolution.
Yeah, evolution is a kind of a more descriptive word, a better word for that. And it's trying to keep going what you've already created, but at the same time bring in new and different, because you have to adapt technology, you have to adapt new ideas.
You're intellectually curious, so if you're not evolving, it's not interesting. And
no, not at all.
You're bored.
Yeah, I never get bored.
Okay.
There's always something to do.
But if you didn't evolve, and that's you would be. If you could go back and change one decision, what would it be? That's a hard one.
Not having more children. I only had one child, and that's not enough. And especially now, when the population of the world is declining so drastically everywhere, I think it's important. And I love women to have children. I don't know why. I'm just very maternal. I love kids, and I'd sort of rather hang.
And you have
I have two grandchildren who I adore, of course. But I really think that motherhood and the rearing of children is something that we're so lucky we can do, and we should continue to do that, and not get caught up in the whatever it is, in this new way of thinking, that you don't have to have kids, you don't have to build a population. You do have to build a population, and it's the future. It's the future. I believe in the future.
I mean, I think entrepreneurs are optimists, and that's something I love about you and most entrepreneurs I know. Is there anything you can say in such a tumultuous time to entrepreneurs that can give them hope and keep them going?
Well, there are countless opportunities for the entrepreneurial mind out there. It's countless. There's so many improvements that can be made. It's hard to buck the trend. We're in a difficult time right now, both economically and politically, and we have to deal with it, and we have to but continue to do our good work and try to make people understand that there is a future. And I care about the future a lot. I care about everything in the future.
Okay, you have become a full-blown meme.
I know, isn't that awful? Oh.
A cultural icon for new generations, and I like to say your name is now a verb.
I have a doll on a mantelpiece. I'm on Martha on the mantle. And there's this little thing. Snoop is on the stoop, and Martha's on the mantle. At least I'm elevated. But my little 5-year-old nephew, he did a song about Martha on the mantle. A brilliant song, and he sang it and recorded it and sent it to me. I mean, that's so silly.
So is that how you imagined your legacy?
Martha on the mantle?
Yes.
I'd rather be on a mantle than in the ashes. And you know what? Why not?
Martha, I keep getting the red light. We're out of time, but
Oh, we are.
I have
Zero,
to
zero,
just
zero.
say, you are such an inspiration for me personally, for everyone in this room. I don't think words can really sum up what you mean to all of us, to me personally, but to the world globally.
You're lovely. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.